Okay, I got my popcorn, I got my water. We're on for part 2. I just hit record, everybody in the Kato. Say hi to YouTube again. So I took a little break from today, and I'm back. And I'm going to finish up these donos. I have at least another 15 of them here, so let's go. What do you say? I'm going to make sure that my volumes are in check. That's good. And let me refresh. And let's start right now. Let's go. Let's go. Are you guys ready? Ready for some donuts? Let's go. We're going to pick it back up here with Arctic Banana. Arctic Banana wants us to listen to a song. A colleague mentioned a friend of his had made a metal cover of the main theme of Elden Ring and uploaded it, and I immediately knew where I had to send it. To us. Okay, so let's see. It's mentioning a friend of his did a cover. And let's check this out. This is Rocco Minichiello, is probably the name of the artist, and the cover is the Elden Ring theme. But it looks like it's going to be a metal theme. Here we go. Nice guitar, geez. Crushing. Are you guys hearing the Elden Ring in here in the theme? All right, is it me, or am I not hearing any bass on this? And it might be something that's unison and pull down low. You tell me. Guys got great technique, real smooth, real light on the hands, but very powerful. Sometimes I wonder when I see guitarists with their guitars up on their left leg, if you're left-handed on the neck, if maybe you had some classical training. Doesn't always mean that you do, but I like that little harmonic bark. Very well done, man. That guy's got some incredible skill set there. Great technique. Because I'm not a super fan of Elden Ring, meaning I think, what have I been playing? Haven't I been playing Elden Ring? What was that other game I was playing back then? that I had started last while. Hey, Blind Spear, Sniper. What was I was playing Elden Ring, wasn't I? Oh my God, I can't even remember the game I was playing about 6 weeks ago. Anyhow, so I didn't recognize. That's why I had to ask: is the motif already lit? Oh, Skyrim. I was doing Skyrim. That's right. Thank you. So I didn't recognize, obviously, where the melody was on that. You know what? That little thing about the bass, no bass in tracks like this that have guitarists that have 7 or 8 strings. So there's a part of it that I understand, how that can consume that lower end. But for me, there's just, it's a missed opportunity, I think, a lot of times to get just some kind of super bottom representation on there, even if it's in unison with the chugs or not identical. Split the rhythm pattern a bit or something like that. Even if it's, everyone's going machine gunny 16ths, the bass could be going boom, 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 doing something very unique. But I know that Animals leaders and many other guitar duo type musicians just, they play as they do. That's just my own preference. And you know what? That's what I'm going to be phasing into, guys. I hope you guys still hang in there with me. But I'm going to start speaking my mind a little more, going, I just don't. That just doesn't do it for me, or it does do it for another. I'm not going to be necessarily all fluffy all the time anymore, because I've been going through my own little transformation lately. I think my happiness eludes me. All right, next up, Henderblur. Hey, SB, I'm back. Henderblur says, this song is written by the composer half of the duo at Anina that I've requested a couple times. This time with popular Japanese singer Yanagi Nagi. Nagi? Is that how you say that? This song was used in the ending theme of the anime what is with these names? Jormungand. Which was a very dark show following child soldier that was recruited by a private military company. The song title is a portmanteau of words ambivalent and idea. The lyrics are quite cryptic, but it seems to be from the perspective of someone who feels lost and have no place of comfort or rest. In the terms of the show, it seems to represent the feeling of the child who has no home and wanders to the most violent and unstable areas of the world, engrossed in tragedy. So Henderblur is bringing to us the artist Yanagi, and the name of this track is, I forgot because I hit that cancel button too early. But here we go. This is for Henderblur. Ambivalentidea. Very pretty. Already emotional without vocals. Nice chord change. Beautiful dynamics in the strings. A little bit of a percussive sound design back there, like a loop. Wow, this is a great track. Beautiful. The breathing and the dynamics of the strings in that 6/8 flex. Beautiful. Wow, the build-up on this is great, and I love the reinforcing oddity in the chord changes. Progressive production. This was released 8 years ago. Actually, that percussive loop reminds me of something from the Stylus RMX pack. What a great track. That was beautiful. I like the drift with the meandering piano at the end. That's the Forrest Gump moment right there. Feather flies away. Pendulum, that was a beautiful, beautiful track. Very unique chord voicings in what otherwise could have been, something fairly simple. So the arranger with the strings actually filled out the uniqueness of the chord voicings. There was piano back in there. Obviously her tone of voice was beautiful. I love the smallness of it. I think that's one of the most beautiful things when the producers in Japan are choosing their singers for their animes. They have this very youthful, powerful presence to them. And so it's mind-numbing. There's a part of me, once again, I said, I really kind of wish we had this kind of production and focus on production and songwriting in Western pop culture. If I don't know, any one of our more top, Western pop culture singers that in their tone could pull this off in their abilities, but we just don't seem to have the kinds of songwriters or arrangers that have come from the world of anime, over in the West. And maybe yeah, maybe no, because of the lack of I'm ignorant to a lot of that stuff, but what would it be like if Adriana Grande or somebody, had a hold of a track like this, and what could that do for the ears, if you would, of the Western pop culture music scene? I don't know. I went there. I said it. I told you I was. I'm cutting loose, people. I'm not going to be overly protective about some of the things I say now because that's just where I'm going. I'm not going to be a dick. I don't have to worry about that. So, okay. Let's continue on. Codecho music. Or Code Echo. Code Echo music. Are you here, Code Echo? I got your song for you. Hey, that's you, brah. Okay, here we go. Code Echo wants us to listen to... Wait a minute. Is this your music? Wait a minute, brah. Is this you? Yes, it is. You say, I just released this track last Friday, and it's a super cozy instrumental prog math rock jam. Hey, everybody. Everybody here, please. We have one of our own Kados here having us listen to their music. I can't find anything more cool that when the Kados, we share amongst ourselves too. So you guys ready? We're gonna check some of Code Echo's music. Are you ready? I'm ready. Yeah, Kados. We kind of flexed into that. The Abbacados, Valenfell. Somebody said it on the stream. I said, I kind of like that. I'm the Abba, they're the you guys are the Kados, the Abbacados. I don't know. I find it to be humorous. Okay, guys, so this is a debut for us from one of our own people here in the stream. This is from our friend Code Echo Music. His song is called, or her, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not too sure. Forgive me if it is called Pelican. Oh, Pelican, his mouth can hold more than his belly can. I don't know how the hell he can. Yeah, I said it. I'm sorry, that was so bad. Two separate tracks, but they sound so wonderful together. Love your bass work, man. I love that. Love what you're doing on the ride there, bro. It is so freaking tasteful. No for show, shreddy. It is so freaking tasteful, man. Well, I still am not hearing any shreddy in the solo, though. It sounds super sexy. That little harmonic you hit right there, a little pinch. Maybe it was a mistake, but it was great. Nice messing around with the syncopation. I love your supported chords that you're playing here. Letting him ring out to give it a little bit of that ambience. That's nice. I call that the Mario moment. Bruh, congratulations. I got to tell you, when you said math rock and stuff, I was like, okay, well, we're going to every time I hear it, I know there's so many different, artists and bands, from Tim Henson's band to Chan and stuff. And there's also this lovely math rock guitarist. I forgot, because I'm old, I forgot her name, but we've listened to a couple of her tracks. So I was thinking, okay, we're gonna be peeling back some real tricky stuff. Part of what I heard is that the wood shedding and everything that you probably have done and accomplished your math rock style, you can handle speed, you can handle all kinds of stuff. I think I just said this the other day when I did the reaction to the Dream Theater thing, and I'm listening to John's guitar solo, and I said, there's just as much, if I say artistic work in pulling back from loading up and showing these things that you can do, and I'm going to show this, and to be able to put out a real progressive, moving piece like this without overblowing and overloading, a lot of fancy. You nailed it. I love the track. That's funny though. I do listen, right? If I heard that little ding and you kept it in there, I was like, oh, that's badass. That would have been like a mistake I would have made. And I went, yeah, man, I planned that. But that's the magic, that's the magic of music. Drummer or not drummer? I'm going to ask you. I got to ask. Drummer or not drummer? Tell me, ma'am. Tell me. Either way, great drum work, great drum pattern. I love the bass work as well. Brody Smith. Oh, of course. Okay, now you tell me from where he's from or what he plays. Okay, that plays for me. Because there was a lot of things in the nuances on, like hi-hat fills that were like, and bass. Bass, was that you, or did you have a bass player come in? It was a very mellow bass, bit of bass work. But I think it's one of the things that also kept me in the pocket a little bit to help me enjoy a little bit of your arranging and stuff. So, listen, dude, that was great. I'm going to share this with everybody here in the chat. Thank you for bringing it in here to us. And where am I going to share this to? Oh, I'm going to share this whole thing. I think I'm going to share. Anybody who wants to, apparently there's 9 more tracks that he's done. And bass was Rain Jones. Bass sounded phenomenal. Bass had a nice little sizzle to it, though. Had a unique little edgy top end to it, which I really enjoyed. Okay, here it is for you guys here. This is, I think it's maybe all 9 tracks of Code Echo. There you go. And I'm going to drop it right now into Discord. I'm going to drop it off into the Discord lounge, though, guys. So stand by. Let me go into the lounge here. I'm just dropping it off here. Code Echoes release. I write good. Okay, I dropped that link in the lounge, guys. So you can go there and click rock and roll. How's that? That's how we support everybody, okay? That's what we do. Thank you, ma'am. That was really a blast to listen to. Oh, and of course, I mean, the one thing that I really didn't get to drool over is you have a very tasteful ability as you're recording 2 guitars, obviously for your stereo imaging, to also not go overboard in trying to fit in too many things that you possibly could be doing, with your left and right arrangements that are going on there. So there was some very nice, it was just nice and back and forth talking between the 2 arrangements. Every now and then stepping a little slightly outside of the arrangement so you can hear a little bit of the conversation in there as well. So good on you, bro. Congratulations. Good luck on whatever it is that you do with this album and all the joy that it brings to people in the world is what I'm saying. All right, next up. Halo Fanboy, how are you? Halo Fanboy wants us to listen to a track. He's just said, enjoy it, dude. So Halo, I don't know. I'm going to get this wrong again, but I do recognize the song. Did we do this? I'm not sure. The song is Kalafina, and the artist is Kim ga Hikari ni Kaeteiku. I don't know. Why did I hear this? Why have I heard? If I did it already, I did it already. It doesn't matter. Here we go. Oh, maybe I did a track from them. Another one. The little tinkle at the end with the piano.
明日はきっと綺麗な空に銀色の虹がかかるでしょう
I was waiting for that major third resolve. So beautiful. I was wondering what was coming there. I heard a little sizzle. Very chill vibey. I love what the single string arrangements are doing. You have a high and a harmony. Let's hear it for that ninth in there. Beautiful. God, that was so pretty. Can you guys remind me one more time? Is this looked like this was like maybe the all-time best? That's what it says here on the thumbnail. Kalafina, is that an anime or is that is this like kind of your top 10 songs from an artist? I can't remember. Once again, another beautiful arrangement coming out of Japan with a lot of movement, a melodic movement in their arrangements and their singing. What does it say? It's an artist. Okay, good. Thank you. And so, yeah, we have now. That's where I've heard it. You're right. Somebody had said earlier that the thing got flipped around, title versus song. Just another beautiful track. I get to a place where sometimes, like I said before, sometimes I'm listening to songs, I forget that I'm actually doing a reaction or I'm checking it out. So I was just listening to the piano work. I'm listening to the strings. I did love the closeness of the single string harmony, so single string arrangement, but yet had another one in a harmony that was kind of snaking through her melody. That also adds for a little bit of joy for me in here, where I can let my multi voices in here ride each one of those instruments and have their own little journey. That was a beautiful track. Okay, let me refresca Bedeska. Next up is Ryan Resolve. Ryan, are you here with us, my friend? So no message here, just dropping us a listen here. The name of the band artist is Tidelines, and the name of the song is Road Less Traveled. Okay, let's go. Yeah, Coral Reefer, I played your stuff already. I'm sorry, dude. Wow, that was a great entrance for this. Right, Aman? I don't know why I'm hearing a little bit of the Courtney Laplante vocals. That might have to do with the harmony that's behind it, utilizing the same arrangement technique. I love the fact that everything is connected. Chord changes are connected. It's like the whole arrangement's got a big tie line all the way across it. I love that guitar pattern back there. Nice drum work there. What a great track. I loved how they set us up for the fall, if you know what I mean. by opening up with that ambience, and also just kind of the way the video kind of looked and stuff. I was like, okay, are we getting a, and the name of the, I guess the band is Dreambound. And so I was thinking, okay, we're going to get one of those mellow kind of choral reefer style tracks. And then it opens up into this. When I say connected chord work, it's, for those of you who don't know, we hear a lot of work, a lot of time on guitars that will have, you know, purposeful stops. Da, you know, da, but if it was all connected, I mean, there'd still be the downstroke or whatever of the guitar. You'd be able to percussively hear that, but that just means all of that is connected. And when that's done in a particular way with the right kind of reverb, and when the engineer is putting a focus on making sure we're getting an ambient, ethereal vibe, then you get that kind of sound. It's not quite shoegaze, like I'm some kind of an authority. Not quite like shoegaze, but you know, it is kind of like kung fu. That just adds that different thing. As a matter of fact, I think maybe at the end of the stream, I think Amy, Man, Laplante, and another girl just released a heavy metal track. I'll search it. We'll do it here as my swan song for this particular stream. And I'd like to hear that. It came across my browser. I just didn't have a chance to check it out. But I loved the Laplante sound in these vocals. This is where you could still be heavy and you could still be metal, and you don't have to dive into anything that's real discursive. You know what I'm saying? Like ripping and shredding your vocals apart. You could still be very powerful. And you know, well, I think that's part of that thing too. When we have a lot of the female lead work, you know, they absolutely crush it. And it's ironic that a lot of male heavy metal or rock work has always been really successful in them emulating those tones, yeah? You know, is it me, or am I the only one thinking that way? I mean, it's just been a part of the fabric of metal and rock and roll, is that, you know, males that were able to emulate the real super higher ranges, not emulate it, but they get to their super high ranges and shred and stuff like that. That really, you know, that is well within the wheelhouse of singers, female singers, you know, to do the same, and then even take it to the next level. So, yes, Amy Lee, Poppy, and Courtney. I think there's a, we'll listen to that as one of the last ones here. Okay, next up is Silent Zori. You're next. If I said that right, Silent Zori. We're listening to a song here for the Ichiko Aoba request. Luciférine is the substance that emits light in fireflies and some other organisms. Luciférine by the artist Ichiko Aoba. You guys ready? And this is from Silent Zori. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you. Like you need me seen picking my teeth, Jesus. I like what they're setting up, this kind of walking through the forest vibe.
咲き誇る根は息吹を残して私たちも忘れていいのかつての姫ごとゆりかごに沈む
Wow. This could be like in a game like Hollow Knight or that bass is really muted. Oh, that was nice voicings. Giving it that unique bottom sound. I love that. Ascending, descending, and the... Brothers hanging out there, letting all the Luciférine evaporate a bit. What a beautiful song. Actually, I was kind of mesmerized knowing what it was, meaning once in the description it was said that it's, this Luciférine is the name of the neon color or something of the firefly. So then now that I have that in my head, I'm listening to that fly around. And what beautiful arrangements, chord changes in the voicings as well. Even as simple as the chords were, the actual playing, like, you know, an ascending and descending technique that was coming up this way was really, really super beautiful. Really nice little resolves in there. Some really cool little chord changes as well. Once again, a very subtle voice, a very sexy, subtle voice. I don't mean sexy like sexy, but just that breathiness, that kind of seductive. No, that's not. You see, every time I try to use a word, it ends up being right. I don't know, just a beautiful voice that matched all the little fireflies. That was a beautiful track. Thank you so much. I was mesmerized by it, is what I'm saying. Let me see here. Next up is Derp Cat Dog. All right, Untouchable Part 1 and 2. Ananthema, mama. Ananthema. I hope this is doing... I'm doing well, thank you very much. Hey, Jeeves, hope you're having a wonderful day. I bought this album in a whim at a record store. Never heard of them, and then I just wanted to hear something new, and it was worth it. All right, guys, sit tight. This one's going to be a little bit of a long one here. Let's go. All right.
And I feel like I knew you before. And I guess that you can heal me through this song. And my love will never die, and my feelings will always shine, and my love will never die, and my feelings will always shine.
I like where the drums came into what it's doing, but I don't know why I expected maybe something a little more tricky. But I love that it's nice and straight.
And I know that you just want me to belong to someone. And I guess
That's a pretty intense picking pattern to keep going.
I'll just be moving on to someone. My love will never die, and my feelings will always shine, and my love will never die, and my feelings will always shine.
This is just a yo and go. I love this.
I never betrayed your
healing, very uplifting. You know, this is another one of those tracks that are just building about, building up on, a particular chord pattern. So it's going to be based around dynamics and arrangements. It's a great journey. So it's those same chord changes here, but that's the arrangement with the strings, but they've ripped everything down that are letting this just become beautiful here. That was part one. Here comes part two, I guess. Perhaps the same thing with lyrics, with different arrangements.
Why I should feel this way, why I should feel this way, why I should feel the same. There's something I cannot say, something I cannot say, something I can't explain. I feel you outside at the edge of my life. I see you walk by at the edge of my side.
Nice, I like this. I wasn't expecting it.
Why I should fall apart. Why I should follow my dreams. Why I should follow my dreams. Why I should be at peace. I feel you outside at the edge of my life. I see you walk by at the edge of my side. I had to let you go to setting sun. I had to let you go and find a way back home. I had to let you go to the setting sun. I had to let you go and find a way back home.
I have to admit, I'm really liking part 2 a little more. Part 1 was like a nice setup and a nice drive up to this. This one's moving me a little more.
I've never seen a light so bright. I've never seen a light so bright. I've never seen a light so bright. Blinded by the light that's inside. Blinded by the light that's inside. Blinded by the light that's inside you.
Really, they were doom metal before this? I'm loving this.
Had to let you go to the setting sun. I had to let you go and find a way.
I love how in the final they pull the vocal down and take off all the reverb to make it real intimate. Great suggestion. What a great couple of tracks there. The first one was like kind of anthemic. You know, you kind of hung into the chord patterns there, and we built up, and it got, you know, and they let it rinse for like literally 8 bars or 12 bars. There's times where I'm going, and the change is coming when? Oh, we're going again, another round. That's just me and my composer ADHD brain, because in my head I'm starting to think, where's the next change come? Which is probably one of the reasons why I had so many challenges in pop music construction, because I could never just stay on one thing long enough to, you know, allow people to sink their teeth in. If you would. Beautiful track, but I like the second one here. Part 2 of this, I think also with the tagging vocals, male, female vocals as well. Even then too, in part 2, it's still stuck to a chord pattern for that 6 minutes or 5.5 minutes. There wasn't too much stepping out of it. This one was a lot more subdued. Now, atmospheric metal, I forgot that was a genre. I think it's all getting so muddied up for me right now. Once again, I'm so naive about, or so, I don't know, you guys will probably figure out the word for me. I leave it up to you guys. Drop those emotes. Ignorant, you know, about these things, but sometimes these genres just muddy up for me. I was like, is it ambient metal? Is it shoegazy, gazy metal gooby gabba shaba? You know, sometimes it gets, yeah, you're right. Just ignore the things, write the music and go. I tell you. Wonderful couple of tracks. Thank you so much. Next up is going to be Jerdman. Hey, Jerdman, how are you? All right. Oh, we're going to be listening to from Metroid Prime, Crashed Frigate Orpheon. This is from the first Metroid Prime game that came out in 2002 for the GameCube. This theme plays underwater. Ugh. Yeah, this theme plays in your underwear. Jesus Christ. I shouldn't have come back for a second stream. Let's go. Obsessed, yes, I see your dono here, so it's in here. Hey, Jerdman. There's a very soft, beautiful pad stab that would otherwise be a chord change for the piano. You'll hear it grow. Those are really nice. So it's right behind that piano playing. The piano's playing and there's another signal behind it. Or it could actually be in the single. Could be a multi or embedded in the single patch. Yeah, it definitely does have the underwater vibes. I know, the arpeggio is really cool. I like that, like there's a pre-delay on the pad that's behind the piano that I really like as it swells up. That arpeggiation of the glassy stuff kind of reminds me of that part of a fly like an eagle to the sea. Anybody getting that? Or did I just blow it for everybody? Hey, DR. What a great track, man, for a video game, 2002, wanting to maybe put, I don't know where this is in the game, but it definitely seems like a place where it would be kind of a slow motion or under the stars, or somebody said kind of a Donkey Kong water part of the game or something, more of a thinker, not an aggressive, just kind of a, you know, I'm thinking about it, I'm chilling. I don't know where it is in the game, you guys tell me. I just said where it was, he said. He's screaming at me. Why are you screaming at me? I can't tell. I don't read all the time, patty cake. He's beating me up. He's still mad at me for the Jones Act. Scroll up, pull up. Let me see. I'm pulling up. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. A tutorial spaceship crashed. Ah, gotcha. Okay, there it is. It's there. I saw it. Sorry, I was sleeping on the wheel. You got me. All right. Scroll up, pull up. Okay, next up is going to be JMax 728. How are you, J-Mac? Underground Prog Tech Meth. I was going to say Tech Meth Deadle. Tech Death Metal. Band I found last year. They have a fantastic album. This is the first track on the album. It's called Back to Where You've Never Been. They are a French metal band. Unsure if they're still together, but I know members have moved around in other bands a lot. The drummer Florent Marcadet was also in a band called Clone, K-L-O-N-E. The name of the track we're listening to from JMax 728 is Introversion, and the band is Hacride, Hacride, H-A-C-R-I-D-E. I don't know. Looks at the thumbnail. It looks like this is an SB Mosh Pit kind of track, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Or I could be completely wrong. Well, I like what the drummer did right there with the kick. Oh, love that fill. Drummer, he knows how to talk to me. Sounds like there's a 12-string and, of course, a slightly dirty guitar in there. Great blend in the engineering. See, I told you the drummer was talking straight at me. A little bit of a Stone Temple Pilots vibe in the vocals. I don't know why I'm catching that. It could be maybe just the harmonies. Oh, shit. Wow, this took a turn, didn't it? It's kind of like Bell Mallet thing that's supporting that pattern. weird arpeggiation and a synth sound that's adding such a unique harmonic torque to his voice. That's a shout out for the future. You don't know who I am, so don't patronize me. I like how they brought back that sequence. Great track, J-Mac. Sounds like it's probably going to pop into another track in just a second. It really took me on a great ride. I mean, that was just from one, the way, everything started with the guitar work was very light loaded and stuff, kind of getting us into, putting us, it took me and put me into a place where it was like I was not going to expect what was coming around the corner with their arrangements, but I was open to anything that they hit me with because there was something very musical about that was, playing me along. The drummer had me all the way through as well. He was bone crushing. I love the shift into the, full power, vocals of the last minute and a half to 2 minutes and where it sat in the mix. The arpeggiation is something that is kind of important to me a lot of times. I don't know why. I'm somewhat of an arpeggiation freak. I always like to have something in the back just kind of being some kind of seductive arrangement of sorts. It could be as little as just even, quarter notes. Hell, whole notes for all I care. If there's something that just wants to set something in there. And then once you get that, you can go anywhere you want. You can get completely mental, if you want, and go around it and play around with it and stuff. But you know how I am. I always like to dive in and go, oh, listen to the hi-hat. The hi-hat's locking us in. Or what's the zip line, in the percussion arrangement and stuff. Something I can go like this, and then the rest of me can kind of bebop around and stuff. Good chord changes too. It could have played into the Phrygian coin jar a little bit, as far as I was concerned. But I try to play Phrygian over anything, because I'm a Phrygian kind of guy. That just kind of moves me. And if it doesn't, all I have to do is flat this or sharp that, and it works, right? Right, Aman? You just a couple notes, you sharpen, you flatten them, and it changes the whole degree in the mode. And I'm like, yeah, okay, then that's what we're doing. I call it Jeebsalidian. Jeebsalidian? Jeebs-a-Phrygian. Jeebs-a-Phrygian. That's what we're going to call it. Next up, Rotten Soundgarten. Rotten Soundgarten wants us to check out an American metalcore band from the 2000s. This is from their last album. After their split, some members formed the psychedelic metal band Ecstatic Vision. The album has those undertones. I dedicate this track to Patty and 1AM's relationship. Oh, Patty, 1AM, if you're lurking, you're getting shirking right here. So Rotten Soundgarten is saying that, he dedicates this to you guys and your relationship. So here we go, guys. This is the band or the artist, A Life Once Lost. The name of the song is Something Awful, dedicated to 1AM and Patty Kex. Here we go. Quado. You know what I love about this is the fact that there is that relationship between the drum is just cut time and just in your fucking face, rah, 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 rah. And Patty Cakes is more like it's the battle that makes sense, is what I'm saying. That drummer, man, he's like going, yep, I'm holding it down, being half the guy. Leading into that. Yeah, that work in the guitar is phenomenal, Benjamin. Very much leaning into the Meshuggah vein of wood shedding. This is incredible patterns and keeping them locked in. My turtle coffee from this morning. Oh, we're going for the fade. We are going to the fade. So that was A Life Once Lost featuring 1 a.m. and Patty Cakes. Something Awful. In its subliminal messaging in that song, it was a dedication. A dedication to our friends here, Arcado's here. Oh shit! I know. I tried to program on my Stream Deck a button I can push and Quado can pop up, but I haven't quite figured that out. I want to try to get that. That would be kind of cool. So every time something happens, I can hit that and Quado will pop out. Maybe I can get it and he'll also say, "Open your mind, Jeebs." I'm just saying. I get battery on my fart machine went out, so that's why, so that's what's going on. Obsessed. We are to your song now, my friend, and then I have one more after that, and then we're going to do the Courtney Laplante Poppy song. So these are two tracks that flow one into another, that it flows into one another. Remember, the vocalist is a finger-picking guitarist, is the guy Joey Eppard. And this band was one of the Coheed and Cambria's biggest influence. So here we go. And the artist is three. The name of the song is Wake, Pig, and Banana Fart. A Bramfatura. Okay, here we go. Uh-oh. Somebody step into Toto's drummer. Or this is also John Bonham.
I was dreaming of this place where the earth and sky did.
It is a pretty shuffle. Hey, cool, how are you? like this. But I'm really just soaked into the shuffle, you know? This must be the second song he's talking about. That was a nice fill. God, I love the tone of the bass on this too. It's so ballsy. There's a nice acoustic guitar bit of work in there. I think it sounds like it. I know the bass is snapping it. Give me that ride, hold me in for the eighth. I did hear acoustic, I knew I did. Oh, slickety dickery. Kind of reminds me of that very first super huge hit YouTube video. Remember that, Andy McKee? Remember how big of a hit that was back in the day? Ooh, nice. You know what? You know, that was, for almost 5 minutes worth of music. And the two things that are the standout for me, of course, is the shuffle of the drum work and all that great, sound that was at the beginning. But that last minute, I just completely forgot what I listened to right before that, because I focused so much on that. That is such amazing style guitar playing. And yeah, and if we circle back into the Candy Rat record album thing that happened, and Kung Fu grip on all the masters and the publishing and whatever. Still yet, the world got a chance to listen to guys like Andy McKee, and there was a couple of others off of that project or that album, that record company that was probably like, hey guys, your stuff's never really going to sell, but you should put everything over here. But then all of a sudden YouTube blows up and they put a video on there and it blows up, and these guys now owned all the publishing or whatever the deals was, and it wasn't like, we didn't expect it to happen. We maybe wouldn't have signed the deals like that. I don't know. I'm thinking that's a conversation that might have happened. I'm not saying that's what it did. But that was probably still. Let's look that up really quick. I don't know how you drifting. I think this was it here, wasn't it? Oh my God, this was it. This was the classic, guys. 61 million views. Oh my God. 18 years ago. God, such a classic. So musically done. That's what makes this phenomenal. A lot of care in the melodic part of the arrangement stuff. I always love that little riff. This was so long ago. It's just the memories of me listening to her, where I was when I heard it. And you know, he repeated his phrases. It gave us an opportunity to really get into it. Guys. I even like the way he kind of rolls off before that fade and stuff. I mean, what an absolute classic. I think anybody, you know, who was around for when YouTube started blowing up and stuff, and nobody knew what to do with it and music, and everyone's like so excited for this great platform that this comes out. And whether you're a musician or not, the uniqueness of his style and his playing, and the fact that he didn't overblow all of the craft that it took to do what he did, that he found a very digestible, very accessible pattern that he was playing percussively and also rhythmically with his rhythmical arrangements, with his patterns, and then his lead. It wasn't like, you know, going to a shred salad bar of tapping and all. There are guys who are incredible now, but you know, they do what people do when they get better. They go faster and more and complex and stuff, which is great to be celebrated. But I think forever, this particular track is going to have a nostalgic vibe for us forever and ever, for the reason, first of all, it was like one of the very first super hits of music on YouTube, and it's now, and it plays into that soundtrack of life. This is 18 years ago. You know, where were you 18 years ago? What were you listening to? What were you thinking about your future was going to be like? You know, and that's what a track like this does. You hear something like this, this is the epitome of the soundtrack of life recall session. So thought I would do that. All right, so I have, we're not going to do any more donos. I have one more from Caving in just a second. Before that, I want to do this Courtney Laplante Poppy track. Excuse me. So just stand by for half a second there, and I want to just rig this up. So apparently this released a couple days ago. I've heard people popping about it in the chat. and we're checking this out. This is a call here from Moscatos. You guys ready to hear some of this? I guess it's Poppy's the name of an artist. I'm not familiar with who she is because I'm just not, because I'm old. Amy Lee and Courtney Laplante. And the name of the track is End of You. So let's do this. You guys ready? You guys ready? You guys ready? Let's go. I'm looking forward to this. If YouTube would just play it, please. You son of a blah blah flalas. I'm gonna have to edit this. Brah.
I toil in silence, don't know where my mind is, numb from the shock of it all. Cut myself open, but I wasn't broken. Tried to fix what wasn't wrong.
I love this little Rangers in the back.
Taking over, I know I'm not alone. If I must go, the waves should drag me out. When every lie was kept so close, burned by the gate for what I chose. Now you're tossing and turning, no pulling, no plug on my dreams. The end of you is the start of life for me.
Oh, shit.
How is that to know? Crystalline castle.
Oh, the chunk up on the chugs. That's badass.
In the palm of your hand. But I'm wide awake this time. But it's time to find.
I love the little pad work in the back, giving us that ambience.
Feel it taking over. I feel it creeping in. I'm back at the edge again. When every lie was kept so close, burned by the gate for what I chose.
Jeez. Love the tone of her voice, man.
I'm pouring the plug on my dreams. The end of you is the start of life for me.
That must be Courtney jumping in here. Yeah.
Life for me. My innocence will blind who I can finally see.
Oh, I love the dissonance in the guitar punch in the chords.
You make me feel so wide awake for good this time. You are an echo of a dream as it fades from my mind. Wide awake for good this time. I can finally let go of the shame as I claim a new life.
That metal warbly bottom end tone of the guitar is insane.
Innocence draining from my eyes. All I wanted was stolen. I hate all that I believed. You're tossing and turning, I'm pouring the plug on my dreams. The end of you is the start of life for me.
Oh, that was the end of it. Man, in it to a minute to win it. So this was a perfectly constructed track as far as like sticking to an older formula of make sure that you're into the hook within a minute. But they delivered to it twice because we have three singers, it seems like. So we have Amy that was opening it up, and she just has such a fire voice. I think, remember we were talking about earlier in the stream about the essence that, you know, the female rock singers, they bring such a unique power edge, kind of like a like an oboe does, you know, in a lot of heavy work in the orchestral. You know, it just cuts like a Ginsu knife. You know, it's part of their reach and stuff. They don't necessarily have to get gritty and smoky with their voice in order to make, you know, make a statement in a metal track like this. Now, of course, when you get Courtney Laplante in there, she's going to go ahead and give you that signature growl part of her voice. It ties it all together. So I thought it was a very unique blend of the three talents. As far as the track was concerned, you know, there was the front part of the production was what I consider clean, safe, moving forward for the build. And then as the guitars came in, there's just something about the tones that are changing, and all the times that I've been listening to this music in my 5-year evolution of listening to this kind of music, where there's such a great, unique tone to the bottom end of these chugs that I can't put my finger on it, but I can't imagine the kind of sculpting that the engineers or the guitar players or whatever go through to get that. It's very unique. You know, if I knew how to do it myself, I would, and I'd write a really bad song with it. But I thought the track super kicked ass, and I'm thinking it's probably going to kick ass and take no hostages without a doubt. I think it's going to move forward, move the goalposts forward, and take this kind of production into, you know, another realm. And I think the most important thing about this is I think the accessibility of this kind of music produced this way with, you know, this kind of talent here is going to expand the audience base, you know, and that's always good for the music world and for these artists and all the support from, you know, the band and the record company and stuff. So hoping them kicking ass and taking no hostages is what I'm saying. And I said it, so that's what we do. Okay, last track, guys, and then I'm out of here. Today's full moon. We have the full moon tonight, so I'm going to be setting up my time-lapse camera to watch the moon go beep, 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 beep. But before we do, we have one more here from Caving, 1021. I did save this for the last because I realized this song that we're listening to is going to be about 10 and a half minutes. So this is our last one out. And this is going to be from a band that if you're in the metal world, you're definitely going to be wanting to hang on for this one. But then again, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be bone crushing because we don't know what Caving is bringing us. So this is from Bilakor. It is a metal band. Obviously, we all know that. Let's see what the message is here. Jeebs, the song is a ride, so buckle up and get ready for it. Songs like this, especially prog metal, make me feel weightless, and I always feel that with each new section that comes, each new riff, something inside my stomach just turns in a weird way. As you are being impacted by music, that's what it does. The only regret I have for finding this band is that I'll never be able to experience hearing them for the first time again. Yeah, I get that a lot in my comments. You know, the first time I listen to a track, everyone's going, man, I wish I could hear this song for the first time. Well, good. You're going to watch me hear it for the first time. So everybody here, this is, if I sang it right or wrong, I don't know, Bilakor, and that's the name of the band. The name of the track is Much More Was Lost. All right, everybody kick back. This is going to take a couple minutes to get through. Let's go. Chug. This is what I love about this band. We're giving the arrangements with the piano and stuff. That tone of his voice, so down there. Super musical right here. Great work on the drums here. Everything else is just pretty straight eighths, but the pattern the drummer's playing is making it. Thank you, Ben. I like how they take us to these little pit stops. Just allow us to kind of settle back in a little bit. hell of a heady ride.
Whatever is joined won't come apart. Whatever is scattered will disperse. Whatever is high will fall.
I'm listening if there's like a layered guitar in there, like acoustic. This crushes right here. Imagine having to remember this pattern. I love that little bit of lead work on the guitar was so laid back.
As they grew, to leave them looking back at us, are asking,
I can't tell if that's a picked acoustic or if it's maybe a piano module harpsichord. Drummers wailing. I mean, humpback wailing, blue wailing. It's just huge. I don't know why I said it that way, I just did. Whatever, that arpeggiation that's happening down the middle right now is so badass. I just can't tell if that's a keyboard or that's tapping going on. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense it would be tapping. It's just, they're so good at these tones that sometimes it's hard to... God, what a ballsy, badass track. Great in its presentation as a long-form story, if you would. I love the fact that a couple times they gave an opportunity to just slow it down enough just to let us catch a breath as they built into the next section. Once again, a band like this, in my opinion, you have that powerful type of singing going on. The emphasis melodically and arrangement-wise is leaning on the guitars to keep, a melody, a series of notes that are also addictive and hooky. A good case in point would be the hammering, the pattern we just heard at the end. Anything that can generate something melodically memorable in its song format, because without a doubt the vocalist performance is the epicenter of what a band is, and the front man, and everything from the energy and the power and the presentation and the lyrics, and even though it's in a tone that's that darker, gnarlier, ground out type of performance, melodically you really are going to flex on your musicians to really give you that support. you know. And of course, in a band like this that has the prog element involved in it, you've got these wonderful cross-up and patterns. What's the word I'm looking for? When you syncopated works, you know, that are going on there. You know, the drummer's doing a lot of heavy lifting there. But everybody is, as a whole, nonetheless. But anyhow, what a great way to end the stream. Today we finished, oh my God, even though I had to break it up a couple times, we are done. And we're caving in on Caving's last track. I can't thank you guys enough, man. I had a blast. I really did today. Sorry about that little break that we had to do earlier, but gotta do what you gotta do. Next up, I have on my Redeem, I have Turnip, and also, who else is coming in? Rotten Soundgarden. So we're I'm going to be planning with Rotten Soundgarden and Turnip. I'm hoping to get one of the two by Thursday or Friday of next week. So I'm looking at my schedule here. So, you know, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I love doing those things. I love doing those redeems because I get to know my peoples a little better, you know, by their direct, you know, 10 songs, 12, 15 songs in a row. Melkozen, very nice. It's always a joy to hang out with you guys, all of you. Well, there's a Violet album stream at some point when you get your 140K or whatever the case is. I think you did send me something about wanting me to do the whole album. You know, we'll chat about that in Discord. Everybody, patty cakes at 1 a.m. Thanks for, you know, keeping the gloves on. You know, whew. Whew. You guys are the best. I love the little brouhahas we have here. Everybody here is great. I love my mods. You know, I have the best time ever. It's a small crew of us. You know, it's always between like 45, 75 of us, and it's just a blast. And the one common denominator we have is watching me fuck up and listening to music. I'm just saying. So, you know, that's just what it is. That's what we do here. And so you guys take care of yourselves. I got to shut off my, record.